What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's late night tea talk. I don't think I've really done that many late night tea talks. Today was just one of those days where I was cleaning, I was hustling, I was trying to find more clients because yo girl in need of some editing clients. You know, if anybody really, I mean, you know, if your dog, your uncle, you know, your grandma, the one that smells kind of funny, if they need an editor, please, you know, let me know. Also, to keep in line with my peach aesthetic, because, you know, my channel's kind of dying, I'm using the peach colored straw because, you know, aesthetics are everything. Oh my god. I love that sound. Cracking a cold one open with the hipsters. I love it. By the way, I was joking before. My channel really isn't dying, okay? I'm trying so many new things. People don't really even know what I am anymore. Is she gaming? Is she reaction? I don't really do that many reactions anymore because of copyright. But what I will say is that there are still comments coming in on that damn Sungri video that I did that has over 1,000 views now. What in the actual F? Like, I see so many people get so butthurt for no reason. And the thing is that, like, I promised I would not talk about him anymore, but there are still new things that are coming out ever since he admitted to prostitution. So I'm just gonna, until he gets arrested, I'm gonna keep this thing closed because I don't want to get in more trouble than I already have. There's just a lot that's going on with this guy right now. You guys, karma. She a hoe. And someone in my comment section, I don't know who it was, but they asked me if I was friends with the devil. And, you know, he is under my bed. We are friends. And, you know, we have a mutual exchange of loyalty. You know, he has my Starbucks card. I have his Starbucks card. We throw hands with people we don't like. It's, you know, it's a mutual respect for one another. So let's dive into it. We got some good gaming news ahead. We got some good stuff ahead of us today. I'm very excited because the first article, it was actually sent to me by one of my viewers, Peter Turner. Thank you so much, Peter, for sending in this article. And if you guys want to submit articles as well, you can. He is part of the Patreon tier that you can submit things for Tea Talks. So if you guys want to be a part of my Patreon, be sure to go and check that out down in the description below. And as always, all articles will be down in the description below for your viewing pleasure. That way you guys can see my research, what I do, how I prep for these tea talks, all that fun stuff. I might even start doing a behind the scenes where I'll upload them to Patreon because there's so much that's involved with going and actually doing these tea talks. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Would you guys like, who are members of my Patreon or who want to be members of my Patreon, would that be something you would be interested in, is seeing behind the scenes of how I do these tea talks? So in this article, there is a new kind of console. It's not a console, it's more like a handheld gaming device, and it's called Playdate. Now it states here in the article, Playdate is a quirky new handheld with some great indie designer on board, and it has a crank. It has a crank. It's so cute. Look at it. Like, it's adorable. It's seriously so cute. I just want to go and snuggle in and be like, you are my little hipster device. I'm gonna tuck you inside my pocket for a rainy day. Starting with the hardware, Playdate is immediately, if not perhaps universally appealing, supporting a playful sheen and lots of friendly curves. It features a D-pad, 2 buttons, and a 2.7-inch black and white but high-resolution screen, and it manages to pack in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB-C, a rechargeable battery, a headphone jack, and yes, that crank, which we'll get into momentarily. So it has a lot that is in it, which makes me very curious how it works with as much as it is packed in. Because, you know, once you have a lot packed into a device, it might slow down, it might get kind of weird depending on how many games you can upload in the device. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what kind of games are going to be on this? Are they going to be like preloaded games? Are they going to be ones that you have to buy and insert, kind of like the Game Boy? Well, it's stating here that the first offering will be Kraken's Time Travel Adventure by Katamari Damacy designer Kitia Takashi, with the likes of Zach Gage, Spell Tower, Real Bad Chest, and Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It, which I'm still playing, by the way, and I am enjoying that game. Yes, there will be an update on that. And the crank, you ask? Well, it's supposed to be a fun new form of input that developers can take advantage of it if they so choose. Kraken's Time Travel Adventure, for instance, tasks the players with ensuring the eponymous Kraken successful makes his date with the Crankette. very cute, which requires navigating around a series of obstacles. To aid in his quest, the playdate's crank must be used to control the flow of time, moving backward and forward with each rotation. Honestly, I feel this is very revolutionary in the gaming industry. I feel like this will actually make gaming more immersed to a certain extent, because you're actually becoming involved, not just with the crank, but in the fact that these are indie games. This is something that, it's not AAA games like Outlast or The Evil Within. This is something that people can, if you are a beginner at gaming, or if you're a kid and you want to start playing video games, this is absolutely perfect. Not to say that it wouldn't be perfect for, you know, pro gamers like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, but it is really something that is, I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful creation, and I hope to get my hands on it. Now, Playdate will cost 149 USD, which is not too bad, which is about 118 euros if you are in the UK, which includes its first season of games, and it is expected to ship out early 2020. Now, Playdate will be in limited manufacturing quantity. You won't be able to, you know, it won't be around forever. So you can actually go into the article that is provided for you guys, and you can sign up to get notified when it's going to be shipped out, when it's, you know, when it's going to be arriving and all that good stuff. Now, this next article, honey, this is why I got a large ass Red Bull today, okay? We going into it. There's some shady stuff going on in the gaming community, okay? PlayStation was largely left out of negotiations with Microsoft over new deal. I read this article a few days ago and it still pisses me off. Managers had to calm workers and assure them that plans for the company's next generation console weren't affected. Last week, Microsoft and Sony made an unexpected announcement that they were laying the groundwork for a future partnership that could unite PlayStation and Xbox in some way. A new report from Bloomberg states that the news caught the PlayStation team by surprise. The story cited people with the knowledge of the situation who say Sony negotiated with Microsoft on the deal largely without involvement of the PlayStation team, which I'm not surprised about in the least bit, considering the fact that PlayStation and Xbox have always kind of butt heads. So it's no surprise that the PlayStation team isn't going to be notified whenever they kind of want to merge with Xbox One, Xbox in general. Negotiations with Microsoft began last year and were handled directly by Sony's senior management in Tokyo, largely without the involvement of the PlayStation unit, according to the people familiar with the matter, Bloomberg reported. Staff in the game division were caught off guard by the news. Managers had to calm the workers and assure them that plans for the company's next generation console weren't affected, said the people asking not to be identified discussing private matters. So this is really sketchy. Like, the fact of the matter is that I don't care if you are a PlayStation owner, an Xbox owner, you still own a console that probably millions of people have worked on, if not hundreds of thousands. And the fact of the matter is that you can't go around, you know, you being the company cannot go around doing things without other parts of the company knowing, especially as something as big as merging two companies together that probably hate one another. Because let's face it, there's a lot of things that PlayStation can do that Xbox cannot, and vice versa. So I don't know how this is going to end up. I mean, you know, no wonder PlayStation isn't going to the E3 summit this year. All I know is that this is a really crappy thing to do, even when you have employees and workers involved, to do this right under their noses and kind of say that, oh, you know, we're doing something and you're not allowed to know it, basically, is the overall thing that I'm getting from this. Whether it be an employee, whether it be a factory worker, whoever it is, you need to be notified that things in the company are merging and changing and going in a different direction from the norm. So this next story is a bit of a touchy one. I actually got this story from my mom, who heard it on Rush Limbaugh, so thank you so much, Mom. So have you guys heard of that new game that came out by chance? It's free on Steam, free on mobile and Android if you have an Android or an iPhone. It's free to use, and it's called 3D Sniper Assassin, where you have to go in and basically kind of like Hitman, you are tasked with different assignments of going in and killing different people and making sure that your job is completed to its fullest extent. The thing is that there are so many articles that are saying that this game's aim, no pun intended, is to kill journalists, which is not true at all. It's, in the words of Donald Trump, it's fake news. It really is. I was looking, oh god, now people are gonna get mad that I mentioned Trump. Great, Ariel, look what you just did. So I was looking more into it, I was doing my due diligence, and I came across so many negative articles on a game that was just, it's just an assassin game. It's not something that is killing journalists. It's attacking different people who are your main target, as any hitman assassin type style video game is. So where this all started was the Washington Post, and this article will also be down in the description below so you guys can see just how it's a bit outrageous, because you know the original plot line of the game, which I'll read over here. Gameplay is a mission based and will take you to various areas of the city to seek out your revenge. Graphics are nicely drawn up. You have the choice between dynamic and touch controls, and gameplay will test your patience and touch at making your shots ring true. So like these kinds of games, every time that you know go on to level and level and level, you have different people that you have to assassinate, whether it be a banker or you know a hobo, whoever it be. And the thing is that people who write these articles are reading way too far into the game, and they're just trying to stir up controversy. They're trying to make things political when they don't need to be. And there have been a lot of false news reports on journalists lately, which is unfortunate. There are a lot of journalists who have been attacked, who have even been murdered for trying to go and seek the truth, which is really unfortunate and scary. But with these types of games, I feel like the media is trying to grasp at any little thing to create a bigger story. And well, congratulations, you did, but for the wrong reason. Now, it also continues to state in this one article that's going on about the game. This is not from the Washington Post that I'm reading. I just want to clarify that. This is just what the game is about. It states here, while your targets may vary from mission to mission, the gaming mechanics are the same throughout the game. Your gaming screen will be a first-person point of view, and it goes on to discuss the other gaming type styles that are within this app. And in nowhere in the article, nowhere in the game does it say that you are killing journalists. And actually, you know what I might do, since it's a free game, I might actually play it on the channel to dive more into it, because I've never played this game before. I only heard it because it was on Rush Limbaugh, and my mom told me about it to discuss for my tea talk. She was like, oh, this might make a really great topic for your tea talk. I'm like, give me that tea, sis. Yes, please. Oh, let me see it. I honestly just can't believe how far news media are willing to go. It's mind-baffling. I mean, we've seen how far news media are willing to go, am I right? Remember the last tea talk that I did where some news media was going a little bit too far? All K-pop. So next up, let's get into some YouTube news. We haven't done some good YouTube news in a while, and this is something I'm actually really excited about that YouTube has done. So in this was an update that's been happening to YouTube, and I finally got the email. Probably heard me complaining about not getting their emails, and it's like, yes, finally getting treated like the YouTuber I deserve to be treated as. Put this back down here. And it states here, early heads up, abbreviated public subscriber counts across YouTube. Currently, all creators with over 1,000 subscribers see their subscriber counts displayed differently in different places across YouTube desktop and mobile apps. In some cases, the subscriber count abbreviated, example 133K, and in other places it will display the full count, like 133,017. To create more consistency everywhere that we publicly display subscriber counts, starting August of 2019, we'll begin showing the abbreviated subscriber number across all public. Third parties that use YouTube's API service will also be able to access the same public-facing counts you see on YouTube. Creators will still be able to see their exact number of subscribers in the YouTube studio. So what exactly will this look like? For channels with fewer than 1,000 subscribers, the exact non-abbreviated subscriber count will be shown. So if you have fewer than subscriber counts and you have like 900, it'll just show 900. Once your channel passes the 1,000 subscriber milestone, we will be abbreviating your public subscriber number to a sliding scale. If a channel has 4,227 subscribers, it will read as only 4.2K. I honestly think this is such a good idea that they're doing this, because while all those numbers are individual, the numbers don't matter at the end of the day. The individuals matter at the end of the day. It's not about how many numbers you have in your platform, and I say this so many times to people, even on Twitter. It's about creating that audience, it's about creating those people. That way you don't see them as numbers, you know, you see them as people with faces, emotions, ones that have a laugh whenever you're creating your content, all that kind of thing. So, you know, for businesses, for people who are entrepreneurs on YouTube like myself, I don't care about the numbers. Like, the accuracy doesn't matter to me. You know, I have 1,710 subscribers, so that number is just going to be 1,700 subscribers. That's, I mean, like, for me, I honestly, like, don't care either way. For what I do on YouTube, and how I conduct my business, this is a way of marketing for me. This is a way that I enjoy my passion, but also get my editing out there, get my marketing strategies out there to people, do all that kind of thing. So whenever you see videos from me or any of your other creators in the future and it has that abbreviated subscriber count, don't worry, they didn't go down subscribers. YouTube just abbreviated the number, which I think is pretty cool, because you can still see your exact number in the YouTube studio. It's not like that's changed or anything. Like, I don't understand why people get so butthurt about a situation. People get so sensitive over situations and things that YouTube is actually starting to try to really help us and really notice not just smaller creators, but creators in general who are just doing stuff for the platform, like PewDiePie, you know, like Markiplier, you know, people who kind of get swept under the rug because they have been on the platform for so long that they kind of get taken for granted, so to speak. For example, the subscriber count will just be abbreviated to 1700. Don't worry, I didn't lose anybody, unlike sometimes whenever I lose people because I'm just irrelevant. Yeah, it'll be an interesting change. I'm really intrigued to see how this all goes and how people fully react to it when August does come and the change does arrive. But that was today's Tea Talk. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stay casually new to you guys, and I will talk to you all in Monday's video. Peace.